Hi guys, it's Chris Luna here, founder of Craft Charisma. I want to apologize if there's background noise. I'm in the village near NYU in Manhattan, in New York City. And so I want to shoot this for you. I've been meaning to do it. I got to meet with the coaches a little bit later, but I thought this is really important for the guys who follow us. And so I hope that this is helpful. I hope you enjoy it. If you guys have any questions, please ask. Today I'm going to teach you guys about what I call the 5 phases of dating development. These 5 phases of dating development are really a cycle, right? They're a cycle that every man goes through. And as I go through the 5 phases, you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about because you'll be able to identify with them. The very first phase is what I call pre-dating, and it encompasses a lot of different things. It's all the things that we do in order to prepare ourselves to go out and date. They can encompass a lot of different things. In some of our other videos or our classes, I go into a lot more detail about these things. But they're things like how you dress. How you dress is going to attract certain type of women. So you want to make sure that how you're dressing is attracting the type of women that you want in your life. Education, whether you went to the school of hard knocks or whether you went to college, your level of education, your level of worldly knowledge, your street smarts. If you're a bright guy, if you're a smart guy, women are going to pick that up and they're going to find that attractive. This includes your sense of humor, your ability to make people laugh and smile, your level of charisma, your ability to connect to people, your body language. It encompasses things like getting into shape. Women are going to be attracted to different types of men in different shapes and sizes. But as a general rule, if you get into shape, you're going to have more options when it comes to women. This includes your friends, the people that you hang out with, your ability to tell stories, your level of status in the world. It includes your living situation. If you live in an apartment and you share a bedroom with 4 other guys, at one point in my life I did it, you can still date, but it makes things a lot harder. It also includes being mentally and psychologically healthy. I mean, all of us go through traumas over the course of our life. Sometimes we carry that baggage around. It's important that you can move past it if you really want to connect with another person. Otherwise, these problems have a way of resurfacing. All these things and a whole lot more come together, and they're pre-dating steps. They're preparation for going out and meeting women, and they're going to have a huge impact on how effective you are at going out and meeting and connecting with the type of women that you're really attracted to. The second phase of dating development is going out and learning how to meet people. This includes how do you start a conversation? How do you approach somebody? How do you keep a conversation going? How do you make a best first impression? I tell every one of our students, if you could walk into a room and talk to anybody, I can teach you to become very effective at meeting and attracting women into your life. As you go out and you meet people, you're going to find a subset of that is women, and a subset of that is women that you want to date. And so what I really want to do is get you to that point, teach you how to go out and meet the type of women that you're really attracted to. But it would be very disingenuous for me to focus solely on that, even though that might be your goal, without teaching these other foundations. I understand that every guy who's watching this is at a different phase of his life. Some guys are watching this because they want to get their first kiss, other guys want to lose their virginity, some guys just want to get more action or want to date more attractive women. Some guys are looking for their soulmate and they want to get married, have kids, and they want to make sure that they attract a woman that they're really excited about, that they feel passionate about. Wherever you're at, I understand that I want to get you there as quickly as possible, but if I don't teach you guys the foundations, if I don't teach you guys phonics, so letters, the sounds that letters make, you guys will never be able to read on your own. I don't want you dependent on me. What I want you is to go out and be able to attract the type of woman that you want in your life and not need me around. And we're going to get you there. Meeting women includes things like how do you start a conversation? How do you approach somebody? How do you, making sure you have the right body language, understanding of social dynamics, figuring out who has the power in a group, who you need to approach in order to get to the girl that you're really interested, whether it's a guy, whether it's a family member, some type of protector, another guy who's interested in her. How do you navigate that social dynamics? The navigation of space, body language, all these things are very important, and they're things that we teach at Craft Charisma. Also understanding different situations, whether you're at the bank or you're in a class, you're at work, you're in school, understanding how to navigate all these different environments is absolutely essential. And there's definitely some ideas that run through all of them. There's things that are universal. There are also things that in certain situations tend to be more prevalent, and I want you guys to understand how do you identify them and how do you negotiate them. So the third phase of dating development is learning about seduction. So in phase 2, you go out and meet people. You're going to meet women that you're attracted to, and they're going to be your friends. But for a lot of guys, this is where a lot of frustration comes in because they end up in the friend zone. The friend zone is a situation where you're friends with a girl that you're really attracted to, but you don't know how to move beyond that. So in phase 3, in seduction, we're going to teach you how do you take somebody who's a friend and turn them into a lover. I'll give you guys a sneak peek into how we teach this. There's really 4 questions that you have to answer when it comes to seduction. The first question you're going to have to ask and answer for yourself is, who am I with? Who we're with affects how we behave. If you're with your rabbi or priest or some religious leader, or you're with your parents, you're with your buddies, you're with your nieces and nephews or cousins, whatever, who a woman is with is going to have a huge impact on not only how she interacts with you, but what are her boundaries. The second question you have to answer for yourself is, where am I at? So we behave differently in different situations. Most people behave very differently when they're at work or school or a club or a religious service or a family function. And so understanding where somebody's at, what is that location, what is the context, is absolutely essential. Where somebody's at, who they're with, these 2 things actually play together. We call them circumstances. But your circumstances have an absolutely massive impact on how a woman is going to respond to you and interact with you. So one of the many things we do at Craft Charisma is teach you how do you navigate circumstances. The third question you're going to ask yourself is, what is my relationship with somebody? It's not what you think your relationship is to somebody, it's what they think their relationship is to you. When they look at you, they see you as a potential partner, as a friend, as an acquaintance. There's a bunch of different relationship types we talk about in our classes. I'll talk about them more in the future, but for now all you need to understand is how somebody views you, how they view their relationship to you. They see you as a friend, an acquaintance, a potential lover. That's going to affect how they behave around you. So touch is the way that we test that boundary. So again, the third question is, what is my relationship to this person I'm interacting with, and what are her boundaries with me for physical space and touch? In our classes, we're going to teach you how to test for those boundaries in a way that isn't awkward for you, isn't awkward for her. One thing I want you to remember that's absolutely essential: anybody in our life who we feel close with, we have some type of physical relationship. Again, we'll come back to that later. The fourth question you're going to need to ask, and honestly this one's probably the most important, is how does she feel when she's around me? We're going to teach you guys how to test for that. It's going to be absolutely essential that you do. And that's going to tell you what to do next as you move somebody through seduction. So again, seduction is really simple. All you're doing is taking somebody who's a friend, getting them to think about you as a potential lover, or guiding them through a process where they become a lover. So you're nurturing that relationship. Again, we're going to guide you through how to do this so that you can guide someone that you're really attracted to through this process. In phase 4, relationships, you're taking somebody that you are physically and emotionally intimate with, and you're deepening that relationship. It's in this phase that you learn to get a girlfriend. We're in a relationship with every person we know. They might be an acquaintance, they might be a friend, they might be a family member, they might be a lover, whatever. But we are in a relationship with every person we know. And what you want to make sure is that you nurture the right type of relationship. So when it comes to dating, you want to make sure that you are building the right foundation, because sometimes things will come up early in a relationship and you can never work past them. So building that right foundation. For a long time, this was really difficult for me. I got extremely effective at going out and being the type of woman I'd want to date, nurturing the right emotions, moving them through seduction so they go from a friend to a lover. But unfortunately, a lot of them at that time didn't think about me as a long-term partner. That was really cool when I wanted to be a playboy and I wanted to go out and date a lot of really attractive women. And then I did that, but after a while I met a girl that I really liked. But what I didn't understand was, how do I move that into a relationship that was a little bit more meaningful? I had to learn how to solve that. I learned how to solve it, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do it. I can tell you there's not many things that are worse when it comes to dating relationships than meeting someone that you really like and not getting the type of relationship that you really want. Especially if what you're looking for is a deeper connection. One thing I will tell you is the right type of relationship can have a massive impact and change your life. It can give you an emotional, psychological, even financial foundation in order to really go after your dreams and pursue the things that you really want out of life, the things that make you the most happy, the things that are going to make you feel the most gratified. A bad relationship can be an absolute disaster. Having your heart broken is an absolutely horrible thing. Some of you guys are watching this, or maybe going through this, or have gone through this. It sucks. So I'm going to teach you guys what I've learned is the best way to transition into a relationship. This includes things like communication, setting expectations, leading a relationship. Some of you guys who are watching this are not going to be ready for this. You guys want to play the field. You guys are still either just out of a relationship or have never been in a relationship. You just want to go out there and meet women, date, figure out what it is that you want, enjoy life, enjoy one of the best parts of life. But some of you guys are looking for a relationship, and if you're that guy, I'm excited to talk to you because there's some things that I can't wait to teach you that have changed my life and changed the quality of my relationships with women. The fifth phase is love and commitment. Once a girl has agreed to be your girlfriend, how do you sustain that relationship? As you get past the honeymoon period where she's just excited to be with you, you're excited to be with her, this can be very hard, but if we're honest with ourselves, love is really one of the most important parts of being human. We all have a desire to love other people and we want to be loved in return. So in phase 5, we talk about love. We also talk about commitment. Relationships are a commitment. You're going to have ups, downs. There's going to be moments that you're more in love with somebody and less, and the same is going to be true for them. There's going to be moments where they're more in love with you than at other moments, or there's moments that they irritate you or frustrate you, whatever. But understand how do you work through these things in order to build a strong bond. In the love and commitment phase, what we want to learn how to do is build a relationship that lasts, that stands the test of time. I don't want you to just love someone or love you back. I want to help you find the love of your life. One other thing that I want to say about relationships, I skipped over it, is that in the relationship phase, it's very important that you define what you want. If you're a guy who's just starting out, you might not know what you want, or you might think you have a clear idea of what you want, and you'll go out and you'll date that, or I'm going to teach you how to go out and date that person, and you might find that evolves or changes. I know as I've gotten older, a lot of things that I thought I wanted in a woman are things that are just not that important to me. I no longer care as much about things like status and power and where somebody went to school. Instead, I'm focused on things like, does this woman I'm with have the same values that I do? Does she see the world in a similar way, or she sees the world in a different way? Does that bring value into my life? Is this a person that I respect? Is this a person that I can communicate with? Is this a person who's going to be with me when times get tough? During the course of our life, during each of our journeys, we're all going to stumble and fall from time to time. If you're serious about building a great life and you want to build it with another person, it's essential that that person is somebody that you can depend on. So let me explain to you how this all fits together and why I call it the 5 phases of dating development. You see, this is a cycle that every guy goes through. So you're a 15-year-old guy, you're watching this, or maybe you're a 50-year-old guy, and you're asking yourself, what do women want from me? What do they expect from a man? What does it mean to be a man? So you go out there and you're asking these questions. This is part of the pre-dating process. Then you go out and you start meeting people. And you go out, you go to parties, you go to events. Again, one subset of that is going to be women. Subset of that is women that you're going to want to date. Eventually you meet a girl that you're like, you're attracted to, you have a crush on her. Now you're asking yourself, does she like me back? What am I supposed to do? How do I figure that out? How do I go from her friend or acquaintance to her boyfriend? And so that's the seduction process. In phase 4, you're now asking, how do I get this girl to become my girlfriend? In phase 5, she's become your girlfriend, but now you have to figure out how do I sustain and build a relationship with this person. But it can be a challenge, and it's something that each of us has to learn how to do. Like a lot of men, your first relationship might not work out. So if that's the case, then what happens is after a period of time, you have a breakup, it takes some time to get over the relationship, maybe you guys break up, you're on and off again for a while. At some point, you're going to go back and you're going to have to go back to pre-dating things, like getting your head straight. You're going to be asking yourself things like, what do women want, or what do I want in a woman? That's evolved a little bit from my last relationship. I've now changed, so what is it that I need in a relationship? You're going to be asking yourself things like, where do I go out and meet women again? Sometimes some guys are in relationships, they get out of shape, so you might be back in the gym. You might be asking yourself questions like, how do I go out and make more friends because you lost some of your friends in the relationship? Or she became your best friend, and so your other friends sort of drifted away because they were single or they got in their own relationships. But my point is, now that you're a little bit older, you're going through a lot of the same questions. They might have evolved a little bit, but you're going through the same types of questions, the same type of process. And then you're going to go out and you're going to have to go, how do I meet people again? How do I meet women? How do I meet women I want to date? How do I go out and take this woman who I've met, this party, or out of wherever you met her, and how do I move things intimately? How do I get out of the friend zone? Once you solve that, you're going to have to figure out how to transition into a relationship, what type of relationship you want, how do you set those boundaries so you can have a healthy relationship, and then eventually how do you build a relationship that lasts. Again, if it doesn't work, you start back over. This is a cycle that every guy goes through, whether he's 14 or 15, maybe even younger or a little older. It's his first relationship, or a guy who's 50 and who is single and looking to find the love of his life. So whoever you are, wherever you're at, what I want you to understand is that at Craft Charisma, we have a plan to help you get to your goals. I want you to understand, as a guy, you're just on a journey, and this is just a phase of that journey, learning how to go out and attract the type of woman that you want in your life, how do you attract a partner, and how do you build a solid foundation for that relationship. Check your inbox for new videos. I'm going to keep making these. If you guys have questions, send them to me. That's where I get the ideas for this content. At Craft Charisma, we want you to know that we're here for you, and we're here to support you as you go out there and you find love.